What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN USD. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. It is the first day of June, and here we are sitting at about $0.0044 with roughly 10 hours and 21 minutes left in the day. Let's get into it, okay? First and foremost, OnyxCoin yesterday, about 21 hours ago, made a post saying, "Nothing to see here, just a verification code for something we're working on. 1360742." Now, why are they posting the verification code? Is this like a scavenger hunt? If you input the verification code in the right thing, do you get an Onyx reward? Do you get 1,000,000 tokens or something like that? Or is it like 10 tokens? Is it just for fun? Is this a made up code? I don't know. But beyond that, what they're saying here, talking about just a verification code for something they're working on, I would assume this is payments, right? I mean, anytime in crypto that I get a verification code, it's typically in the form of sending or receiving payments, stuff like that, or obviously processing transactions, sending funds from one exchange to another. We can do that already with OnyxCoin, but I do assume that this is something they're working on, because here on their Onyx app, if you like click those three bars in the top left, and you see all their options here at the very bottom, they have the payments option, which says soon here. It's kind of hard to see because it's darker, but you can see what I'm talking about. And I'm assuming this has something to do with payments. That's my thoughts. Because you probably won't need a verification code every time you use your card. Like maybe a PIN or something, but that's different than verification code. Enterprise, maybe if they're trying to integrate with the system, they might need a verification code. It could be enterprise too, but I would assume it's one of these three things. Most likely it's payments. It could be something new entirely, but typically I feel like verification code, that results in something to do with payments. Um, anyways, exciting, potentially exciting. That could, payments being provided and being utilized on chain are normally a very bullish bit of news to be received. We've seen a lot of cryptos uh, that have seen some significant pumps revolving around their payments platforms being utilized and being updated, like ZBEC, for example. Um, XLM. Let me think. There's some other ones too, but you get the point. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. 0044. 10 hours, 19 minutes left in the day. Not a whole lot going on. We're down to 2.6% today. A lot of the market's down. There's some that are up though. There's some coins that are up. Let's see. A lot of the market's down. There's some coins that are up. Hype, Toncoin, Near. XLM's up a little bit. I guess KTA's up a little bit, but it's down overall, so that doesn't really count. Home. You guys, let it be known too. Home, they tap. This is the DeFi app. They tap into Hyperliquid's liquidity. It's like Hyperliquid, but it's its own thing. They tap into Hyperliquid's liquidity. So what's good for Hyperliquid is good for this thing. If you ever see Hyperliquid doing this again, think about the DeFi app. It's got a lower market cap, and I mean, just look at the result here. We look at this from a low to a high, up 273% in a lot less time than Hyperliquid's pump has been, and it's a lot more pump as well, a lot more percentage wise. Let's see if we look at this in this same amount of time from a low to a high. You're only up 95% on Hype. Anyways, just some fun facts there. Where's XCN? There you are. Looking at this in the short term, on the 1 hour time frame, there's probably not a whole lot to go off of because we're so choppy and sideways. I mean, just look at the lack of liquidity. You can see it in the chart. Just all these gaps everywhere. We've got some gaps to the upside. I do suspect we'll fill these gaps. The Coinbase 1 hour gaps do like to be filled at some point, but man, these ones have been up there for a while. We've got gaps going as high as 2 cents, guys, all the way up there. So 00438 right now, 1 hour time frame. The RSI is bearish. Stochastics are bearish. The MACD is bearish as well. We look at the 4 hour time frame. You do have a little bit of bullish divergence on the MACD, on the RSI, on the stochastics a little bit. You're moving down here, double bottom territory, not a lot of volume. It's very possible that we do move up. Daily time frame, look at this. You've got some bullish divergence on your MACD here. That's been building since the middle of May. We've got a little bit of bullish divergence on the stochastics, and you are oversold on the RSI, which is no bueno, but I just think we're at a point to bounce more so than we are at a point to decay. Still, breaking down from here, seeing lower lows is not encourageable. However, we are within this range. We still are within this range. It's completely possible that this is a zone of accumulation in itself, and that we do come out of this the same way that, you know, coins like Zcash did, like XLM, various other projects that, you know, the whole market's kind of boring, moving sideways, moving down, whatever, but then they just come up with these random monkey pumps out of nowhere. XCN could definitely see that, and I would think that we'd get a very, very large pump if something like that were to happen, because it's such low liquidity. It doesn't take a lot of volume to push the price up or down, and let alone if we had some kind of catalyst to lead the way there. If there was something big, some kind of announcement, some type of development that happened within the ecosystem itself. So I don't really have anything else I want to say. I really just kind of wanted to talk about this, get your guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comments what you might think it is. Maybe it's something different than any of this. I think, to me, it just makes sense that it would be the payments. That's not really a hard conclusion to make, but it could be something else. It could be anything else. Maybe it's a verification code to self-destruct the system entirely. I don't know. Or it's a verification code for burning 500,000 tokens, whatever the case may be. You put the verification code in on the Onyx ledger and it just burns half your tokens. I don't know. Maybe try your luck. If you can be the first to put that verification code into something, maybe you'll get a reward. Probably not, right? These codes, if you ever get a verification code for anything, 21 hours later, it's probably not going to be usable, right? That's not how it is. It's like within the first 10 minutes or so. But still, it's enticing. It's nice to see that there's work being done. Even in the depths, even in the doldrums of the bear market, we're seeing building going on. And those are the projects you want to invest in, man. Long-term hold. We're in it to win it with this bad boy. I don't care if we go lower. I'll buy more. I'm staking. I'm reaping the rewards there. I'm not selling. I ain't fucking leaving until we get to $1 or more. And that's probably some time away from now, but that's the long-term goal. That's why it's a long-term investment. That's what it's called. Anyways, hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.